Ever noticed that one player in a volleyball team always dresses differently from the rest? Ever wondered why? You might be thinking it's a fashion statement or a player's personal preference. However, it is something far more strategic and integral to the game of volleyball. This unique uniform signifies a unique role, a role that is so crucial to the team that it needs to be easily identifiable at all times. Stay tuned to find out why this is more than just a fashion statement. Meet the libero, the volleyball player who stands out not just in color, but in role too. In the kaleidoscope of a volleyball game, the libero is the player who dances to a different beat. This player, dressed in a jersey that clashes with the rest of the team, is a defensive specialist, a role that was introduced internationally in 1998 to encourage more elaborate rallies. You see, liberos are not just wall-like defenders on the volleyball court, they are also some of the best passers on the team. This makes them invaluable in setting up offensive plays. However, their role comes with a lot of restrictions. They can't serve, they can't block, and they certainly can't spike. In fact, they are forbidden from making any kind of attack hit when the ball is entirely above the height of the net. And while the libero can play any spot in the back row, they're the odd one out as they never rotate to the front row. So, essentially, while liberos play a critical role in supporting the offense, they themselves are barred from partaking in the offense. But there's more to this game of contrast. Volleyball is a game of rotations, a whirl of motion where players are constantly changing positions. And here's where the libero stands out again. There is no limit on the number of times a libero can be substituted in and out of the game. These substitutions, also known as replacements, don't contribute to the team's overall substitution count. Given the constant rotation and substitutions, it would be a Herculean task for a referee to keep track of the libero if they were dressed like their teammates. And considering the limitations on the libero's actions, it's crucial for the referees to spot them without having to memorize their names, numbers, or faces. So, the libero is a unique player with a unique set of responsibilities. But why the different color? Well, that's a question for the rulebook, and we'll dive into that in our next scene. Stay tuned. Can you imagine the confusion if a libero dressed like their teammates? Let's delve into why visibility is key. Volleyball is a game of constant movement. Players rotate positions after each serve, weaving an intricate dance that keeps spectators on their toes. Amidst this whirlwind of activity, the libero, the defensive maestro, is the one constant, the reliable anchor. This player, however, is not bound by the same rotation rules. The libero can be substituted in and out of the game an unlimited number of times, a practice charmingly referred to as replacements. Now, picture this. The ball is flying over the net, players are rotating, and the libero is being substituted. In this symphony of movement, how does one keep track of this vital player? The answer lies in visibility. If the libero was dressed like their teammates, it would be like finding a needle in a haystack for referees and players alike. But the importance of visibility isn't limited to the practicality of tracking players. The distinct jersey also serves as a reminder of the unique role that the libero plays. Remember, they have a different set of rules. They can't serve, block, or spike. They are there to defend and set up plays. This distinctive role is underlined by their contrasting attire. So it's crucial for referees and players alike to spot the libero easily. But who decides on this color difference? It's not a random choice or a fashion trend. It's all in the rulebook. Our friend, the volleyball rulebook, has a particular section dedicated to the libero and their unique uniform. The International Volleyball Federation, or FIVB, has a specific rule stating that liberos must wear a different dominant color from any color of the rest of the team. This isn't a suggestion or a guideline, it's a mandate. It's not just about standing out for the sake of being unique. There's a method to the madness. Volleyball is a fast-paced game with players continuously rotating positions. This constant movement could make it challenging for referees and spectators to keep track of specific roles, especially one as crucial as the libero. Now consider the libero's unique set of skills and restrictions. They can't serve, block, or spike, and they never rotate to the front row. Given these unique rules, it's vital for everyone on the court and off it to know exactly who the libero is at any given moment. The contrasting color of their jersey makes this identification effortless. This rule also applies to the libero's shorts, socks, and shoes. They all need to be of a different dominant color, ensuring that the libero is easily identifiable from head to toe. So the different color is by design, not by accident, making the libero easy to identify and track. Volleyball isn't the only sport where one player stands out in color. In the world of sports, distinguishing players with unique roles is not an uncommon practice. Let's take a stroll across the field to soccer, a sport watched and loved by millions. Here, the goalkeepers wear a different color jersey than the rest of the team. It's not a fashion statement, but a rule. The reason? Their role is unique. They are the last line of defense and the only players allowed to use their hands in the field of play. Now, let's glide over to the icy arenas of ice hockey. Here too, the goalkeepers stand out with different colored jerseys. Their job is to guard the net, and they have different rules applied to them, just like our volleyball liberos. Even in water polo, goalkeepers wear red caps to set them apart. They are the only players who can touch the ball with both hands and have the freedom to move anywhere within their half of the field. So, the concept of differentiating players with unique roles is not exclusive to volleyball. It's a common thread that runs through many sports, making it easier for referees, players, and spectators to identify key players and understand the game better. So, whether it's volleyball, soccer, or ice hockey, players with unique roles stand out in color, making the game